Hey, Shumi here from Overdrive, and that is the new Suzuki Access125. We've been riding it for a few days now. We're quite impressed. This is of course the top model with the disc. You can see the disc brake in the frame there. There it is, and of course it's optional. You can also get the base model, which has a drum front, still has a 12-inch front wheel, not an alloy of course. This one 90 12 front, 90 100 10 rear. They're nylon grips, they're tubeless, and it's an improvement over the kind of tires that we've been seeing on scooters. I'm really happy about it. One of the features I really liked are the meters. Let it just focus. There you go. It's a very simple set of meters. It gives you all the basic information you want. I'm just going to turn it on. And in here, basically, you've got the fuel gauge, you've got 2 trip meters, and you've got an odometer. I think it's a very clean execution of what the meter needs to be. It's easy to read. There's not too much clutter, and there aren't too many features, and I think that's par for the course. Scooter switchgear has never been very great. The Suzuki does all right. These are adequate. They don't feel very fragile. They're not hard to use. So I think, yeah, job done. Again, nice feature. The little locking lever for the brake is there, so that's a good thing. In the front, it's a nice looking scooter. I was very worried about all this chrome surround on the headlamp and how it looks, especially when it was on stage at the Auto Expo and therefore higher than eye level. But parked normally like this, I think it looks pretty neat. The integration is very clean. There aren't any real gaps to talk about. There is a little gap here which I guess Suzuki could have worked on, but it is what it is. Even down here it looks very clean until you go very close up, and if you go in very close then you'll notice there is a gap here which is a little unsightly and, well, noticeable very close up. But again, as I step back far away, it looks like a well-made, well-finished scooter, exactly what we've come to expect from Suzuki. And of course, don't miss front telescopic forks. Very important to have telescopic forks with disc brakes, because if you do the linkage type front suspension, like for example the base Activa does, and put a disc brake on it, the anti-dive is going to kick the front back up after a point of braking. So you brake hard, it dives, and then the anti-dive kicks in and lifts the front back up, and then you'll have a locked front wheel. Not a nice feeling. So yeah, it's a good thing. At the back, as usual, you can see the closed off unit swing arm setup and all of that. I'm very happy to say it's a very nice scooter to ride in terms of ride quality. It absorbs a lot of stuff. Can I think of a scooter that rides better than this? Maybe. I think the Gusto actually might feel more plush than this. And I think the Gusto engine is much smoother than this, and that's something that they worked on the Gusto. But the Access on its own, very impressive scooter. One of the things that has always been nice about the Gusto is how fast it is, and this scooter, all new, it loses weight, it gains power, it gains torque, it makes more torque and power I think than all of its peers, and I think that stands it in good stead, because unless I'm very much mistaken, this is one of the quickest accelerating scooters we've tested yet in this class. I'm sure there's a 150 that does better. Now they've integrated the key, and the seat release is this way, ignition is that way. So we've released the seat now. Just look at it. They've cleaned it up and they've given it a much bigger seat. I like the way the manuals and stuff tuck away in the corner. Not really happy about the intrusions here, so it's going to take away a fair amount of usability from it. But in terms of actual volume, it's a job well done, I think. In the front, again, small cubby hole comes as standard. That's there. There is a manual choke, and there is of course a power outlet. You have to bring your own charger. It's just a cigarette lighter socket. There's a hook here, there's a hook below the seat, and that rounds out the features of the Access. Again, very well finished scooter. I'm really happy about it, and it's quite well priced if you think about it. It's about 2,000 to 3,000 rupees cheaper than the Activa 125 spec to spec, and for that you trade in a little bit of fuel economy, I think 3 or 4 kilometers per liter or something like that in the real world, and you gain back a little bit of performance. What has gone missing from the scooter really is that the old Access had a lot of snap and pop to it. I mean, it really went when you whack the gas open. This one's a little more laid back and calm. It fits the nature of the scooter well, so I can't really object to it, because if you're looking at it as a family scooter, that part of the quietness is probably a good thing. But the old Access, it was a hilarious scooter to ride because it wanted to do these naughty things, and this one sort of calmed down and grown up a little bit. But overall, very impressive scooter. Can't wait to throw it into a proper 125cc scooter test, and usually the Suzukis end up near the top, if not at the top, and I have no reason to believe that this Access 125 won't do exactly that again.